Hi everyone, I'm back. This video does have sounds. I'm gonna be talking a little bit. Just let me know in the comments what you'd prefer, because usually when I'm doing my homework, I prefer not to talk too much, because again, I'm just kind of like so focused on doing my exercises and stuff that again, there's not really much to, explain, because let's say for example Italian right now I just began an A2 course. It started just 10 days ago, actually. Same, institute, same professor. So I'm just starting, I don't really have much to explain. But I think that, okay, of course, when I do some kind of exercise and I understand something, then I can maybe explain. So I don't know, because most of my videos so far, they haven't really had any sound, none of me talking, except for the audio from the audio tapes for the listening exercises. So today's my very first Italian study lesson. It's a few days overdue, and I'm glad I'm starting so soon, because last time for my A1 course, which started in May, in the first week of May 2022, I only began studying, I think, in like late August, and I had an exam in the first week of October. And funnily enough, I still got like A plus. I got like full grade, a full, what's that? Okay, we had a writing exam and we had a speaking exam, so I got full grades, full marks in speaking, and writing I think I had 63 out of 68, but somehow with internal marks and all of that it ended up being 80 out of 80, which is surprising. Maybe the professor was just being really nice. So yeah, I'm glad to just share my journey with you. If you would like me to cover Nuovo Espresso 1, which is A1 of Italian, I can do that as well. I mean, I think I would definitely benefit from just, revising stuff. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, this is a great book series. I've used it, of course, I've used Nuovo Espresso 1 for the A1 course, and this is Nuovo Espresso 2 for our A2 course, and it's really interesting. Nuovo Espresso goes all the way to number 6, so that's A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and I mean, usually you don't see that happening in other languages. Like for example, for German we have Netzwerk, Aspekt Neu. There's a whole bunch of books, but they only go up to like B2, C1 ish, and then like achieving a C2, even a C1, is kind of like you don't really have fixed course books. You may have like grammar reference material and stuff like that, but then it's kind of like at that level you usually work one-on-one with a teacher instead of doing a group course. But interestingly enough, for Italian they do have a course book. I mean, it kind of makes sense, because Italian I wouldn't say is at the same level of difficulty as something like Russian or even German, which German in the beginning I kind of really found it so like convoluted. But Italian has been a very smooth ride for the most part. There are of course some unique characteristics, but I find that it's also helping me with my French. There are so many words like facile, difficile. It's the same spelling, just the pronunciation is different, which is really cool. So I'm just gonna start. I think that's enough talking. I should get to really working. So this is our textbook, and this is like the very first page. You have a few words. You should, write in the English translation. I'm also using the website coniugazione.it, which is like they have all versions. You're doing French, they have a French version, they have Spanish, Portuguese, German, I don't know, but this is the one you can see. I have my file. I always create a Google document to have all my exercises in one place. So last year when I did A2 for German, I had, I think, 3 or 4 different document files like these, because I would divide my course book into, we had 12 chapters, so I would do chapter 1 to 4, then chapter 5 to 8 or whatever. I'd do all the exercise, and each file would be like 40 or something pages, maybe more than that, I don't remember. And then all the writing exercises, I would try and get them corrected, by people on Reddit or LangCorrect and so on. So yeah, I didn't do the same thing for Italian. I did, of course, create a document, but I didn't actually get much of my writing corrected. I don't know why, but I think part of that is because Italian sentence structure is really kind of on the simple side. If you compare that with German sentence structure, it's like whoa, it's like a whole different world entirely. So yeah, and it's really kind of like it feels almost laid back. So yeah, for that reason. But I mean, I'm sure I think if you're just doing A1 in any language, you may not really need to have every single thing you write corrected, but it can be very helpful. I did that for German as well. I would, of course, just send it to my teacher back then. But yeah, it's good because, at the very foundational stage, you want to ensure that you're getting any issues, any kinks ironed out, before they become fossilized errors, and that's, I think, especially important with pronunciation, heavy, I guess, languages like French. I'm definitely going to need a lot of help because I still find it, really tricky, weird, difficult. None of the other languages, not Italian, not German, not Russian, none of them. I even tried Hungarian, and I didn't find that difficult, as difficult as I do French for pronunciation. Okay, well, anyway, that's, I think, enough. So we've done a few exercises in class, and I've written some stuff here, as you can see. When I have a lesson going on, I have this document so I can do any exercises that our professor tells us to. And he's really helpful because every single lesson that we do, we have like this kind of PDF that he sends us of all the exercises we did in class. So this time I don't want to study at the very last minute. Because obviously you have a lot more content these days. As you go to a higher level. So yeah, this is already like 24 pages. My God, that's quite a lot. But that's because of the text size. It's huge text. Okay, so I have my usual websites. Word reference is great. I don't even use Leo anymore, leo.org. I used to use that. I still think it's useful, but word reference really kind of makes you understand the context, right? Because understanding the translation of a word is not enough. It's also important to understand context, right? That's another thing. So, yeah, let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna. So, Rosso, that's red. This is, of course, like the first chapters usually tend to just be like revision almost. Azzurro. Azzurro is light blue. They have like specific words for that. Arige is kind of like their stripes, but I'm just going to check it because I don't know if it's stripes or check marks. Striped, perfect. Pantalone, that's pants, trousers, whatever you want to call them. Camicia. Camicia, is that a t-shirt? Because I could keep getting confused. Camicia. It can be like a... Okay, so it's just a normal shirt. A button down. Okay, a shirt with buttons. Camicia. This is weird. I have ad block, so why am I being shown ads when I have ad block? That's weird. Like, is ad block not working? Seriously? Okay, great. There we go. Right, so Camicia is just a normal shirt, not like this one. Thanks for the ad, but not like this one. Okay. Okay, Malietta. I think that's like a shirt as well, but I could be wrong. T-shirt, okay. Occhiali da sole, it's sunglasses. Elegante is elegant. You see how it is. The vocabulary here, I didn't even do any specific vocabulary practice, which was not a good idea, by the way, because that's really important. You shouldn't skip that. But I just had so much on my plate that I couldn't really find the time. So scarpe is just boot. Sportivo, sporty, troppo, too much, questo, this, commercial center. Quello is also, well, quello is that. It's like questo, this, quello, that. So it's the same thing that you have in English. Something's close to you, questo. Something's far away, quello. Giorno festivo, a festive day, fest. Just check. I don't know why I'm still getting ads. Like, that is really weird. Because on Chrome, I don't get any ads at all. I don't know. But I like using Edge. This is a great tip for any of you that work with PDFs. I don't buy a physical copy of these course books. I get the PDF versions. I buy the ebooks only. Because it's like I get tired. I don't really write in pencil pen, so I kind of find it boring. I used to do that. I thought that would be a good idea, but then I barely used them. And back then I didn't know that Edge was such a useful tool. You can edit your PDFs right here. It's so great. You don't have to get any other app. So yeah, what was Giorno Festivo? Okay, a holiday. And this book is great. Even if you're learning by yourself, even if you're not doing a course, I think you should just watch these videos. And of course, all the content is entirely in Italian. That's why this is a course book, because course books that teachers use in class, they tend to be entirely, for example, if you're learning English, let's say you don't know English, let's say you want to start learning English, you enroll yourself in a course, you're going to find the course book is entirely in English. That's because it's supposed to be used in class. Your teacher will kind of guide you. But the course books are great. I find them much more helpful compared to, let's say, for example, one of the most popular books for learning Russian is the Penguin series. Now, that book is partially in English, partially in Russian. I love that book. Great. It's a lovely book, by the way. Nothing against it. But you do have, for example, any book that Langenscheidt or Huber Verlag, any book that they put out, course books, of course, those are always great, but they tend to, of course, be, for example, the ones that we had, Netzwerk, Aspekt Neu, then there's something else, I forgot the name, but they're all in German. So even at an A1, if you pick up an A1 course book, it's entirely in German. There's not a single word in English. That's because it's supposed to be used in class, but the course books are great. They are so well created. If you have the idea that doing a traditional course is so boring and not cool, and I have apps like Duolingo and Memrise and Quizlet and whatever. By the way, I use Quizlet and I love it. It's great for vocabulary practice. But I've used Duolingo for I don't know, 10 years, and how far did I really get? Not very far. Now, you may be a different person. You may not necessarily need a lot of, pushing, a lot of, motivation, but it doesn't work for me. But when I'm doing a course, it works perfectly fine. That being said, I did have a negative experience in school when I, learned French for the first time. That's not because of the teacher, by the way. That's just because I started and I had to skip an entire grade. So I, went to this new school, and they'd already begun French in grade 5, but I was enrolling in grade 6, so I didn't have that foundational, grade, and it was really difficult for me. I hated learning languages back then, but look at me today. It's really weird. It's funny. Okay, so we got ourselves done. You just have to name the colors. I've already done that in class. This is super simple. I mean, you might, for example, you already know blue and nero, bianco, grigio, rosso, giallo, beige. I don't know what di seta is. Now, this are righe, quadri. Di lana is wool. Di cotone. Di seta, is that rayon? I don't know. Pelle is leather. Di seta. Okay, that's silk. I'll write that down. Pelle is leather. All these are, it's really simple to remember. Vocabulary is not really a major issue. I mean, I think that's kind of why I think our course lasts for just about 4 months, I think 4 or 5 months, compared to something like French or German. They take like 6, 7-ish, maybe even 8 months or something, because the course lasts from August to March, so that's, yeah, quite a lot of months. Ok, come si vestono? Scrivi sotto ai disegni della prossima pagina il nome delle persone descritte. I think I've done this in class, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Fabrizio è sempre elegante. Oggi ha un vestito grigio sopra una camicia bianca. Porta anche una cravatta a righe e un impermeabile beige. Now, I haven't come across the word impermeabile, but I'm assuming that's some kind of raincoat. Now, Fabrizio, that's a man, so we only really have three men here. It says it's always elegant, and these two are definitely not elegant, but this guy is. So, clues of that sort when you're doing this kind of exercise. Vestito grigio. Does he have? Yeah, he does have. Okay. Camicia blanca. Yes, he has a white t-shirt. This guy also has, but he doesn't have a camicia. He has a, what was that, maglione? Not maglione, it was something else. It was maglietta. Okay. So this is a maglietta, this one here, but this is a camicia. Okay, that's all. Cravatta. Okay, it's obviously Fabrizio. Ok. Vittoria di solito si veste in modo sportivo. Porta spesso jeans aderenti e stivali. Oggi indossa una maglietta rossa a righe bianche. Okay, maglietta is a t-shirt, red t-shirt with white stripes. Red t-shirt, white stripe. This one, right here, sportivo, stivali, the heeled boots. Great. So you don't actually have to, I understand everything that's written, but if you do get an exercise like this, you don't actually have to understand every single word. Allow yourself to guesstimate. It's a really important skill. Sandro porta sempre una maglietta bianca e occhiali da sole. Sandro is a male. Well, this guy has occhiali da sole. Oggi indossa un paio di pantaloni di pelle e una giacca sportiva verde. That's obviously him. I don't know if I should be reading everything. If you want me to, I will. So if you're watching this, just leave some feedback. Let me know what to do, because I'm like perfectly okay just keeping my mouth shut and just doing my exercises. A Eleonora piace vestire elegante. Per una festa oggi ha scelto un vestito celeste e un cappotto azzurro con una borsetta nera e scarpe con tacco. Scarpe con tacco, heel shoes. Elegante, that's the first one, so that's Eleonora. Eugenio mette sempre jeans. Oggi ha un maglione verde a collo alto. Collo alto, okay, with a high collar. Turtleneck. So that's Eugenio. Obviously that's the last one. Ama l'abbigliamento classico. Oggi è andata in ufficio con una gonna nera e una camicetta gialla. Camicetta, camicia, the kind of same thing. Camicetta can be used for female garment, so. Ora scrivi i nomi dei capi evidenziati nel testo di pagina 6 in corrispondenza dei disegni qui sopra. Okay, so you have to label the parts. Okay, that's a code. Okay, so she is Eleonora. Vestito celeste, cappotto azzurro. Okay, azzurro is celeste? That's another color? So they have like three colors. Okay, baby blue, powder blue. You have celeste, azzurro, blue. There's three different colors for blue. It's not just like blue, light blue, dark blue, but they have specific colors. Sometimes, though, I just like studying in peace without having to run my mouth. It's a lot easier. But since it's like my very first, study session for Italian. Maglietta bianca. Okay, so celeste is sky blue. Then what the hell is azzurro? Oh, that's also light blue. Really doesn't make any sense. Okay. Borsetta. That's a borsetta. Okay, and these are scarpe. Scarpe con tacco. Vestito. Okay, vestito is a dress. don't have enough space to write all this. Maybe Sandro, maglietta bianca. Maglietta. Occhiali da sole. Occhiali. Pantaloni. Giacca. Jeans, maglione. Ok, Vittoria. Jeans, stivali. Maglietta. They don't have maglietta. Okay, maglietta. Vestito, camicia. Cravatta. Ok, there we go. And this is camicetta con scarpe. Cerca qualcuno che intervista i tuoi compagni. Ad ogni persona puoi fare al massimo 2 domande. Ok, that's group work. Vince chi per primo completa la lista. Maglione arancione. Oh well, that's just names. We've done this in class. That's a dialogue. Let me see. Cerco un over. You just listen to this, and I mean, listening exercises are great in this book. I'm just gonna find the course. This is Giro per Negozi. Let me see the audio files. Well, you have to register, which I am. I just have to check. You can actually download all the audio files right from Alma Lezione, and it's free, by the way, registering, so you don't have to like pay anything. There's also course videos here. Oh my gosh, is it right? Is it wrong? No idea. Okay. Lezione. Just gonna recuperare i dati di accesso. So I don't know my password. I'm just gonna reset that. Let me see. Okay, great. have to use. Okay. Okay, let's see. Play, video, this, audio. You need that way. Okay. Great. I think wait, I'm just downloading the zip file. It's almost done. Wait. Extract. There we go. Traccia 1.
Alma Edizioni presenta Nuovo Espresso 2.
Oh no.
Corso di italiano. Lezione 1. Traccia 2.
Buonasera.
Buonasera, desidera?
Cerco un pullover da uomo.
Che taglia?
La 50 o la 52.
Un momento. Le piace questo modello?
Ma è un regalo per mio marito. Sa, mi sembra un po' troppo giovanile.
Ma no, signora, questi sono i colori di moda per la prossima stagione.
Sì, ma non so se a lui piacciono.
E quest'altro modello? Come le sembra? È un capo classico che va bene con tutto.
Sì, questo è proprio bello. E quanto costa?
Dunque, 104 euro.
Veramente un po' caro.
Beh, ma è di ottima qualità.
Si vede. Senta, eventualmente lo posso cambiare se a mio marito non piace o se non gli sta bene.
Certo, ma deve conservare lo scontrino.
Okay. Alright, then we have a little table. Cerca nel dialogo. Okay, search for an expression that means asking if you've decided something. Sorry, to say what you want to buy. Cerco un pullover da uomo. To tell someone your size, express doubts, ask if you can exchange something. We've already done this. Che tal gli apporti? In coppia fate un dialogo in base alle seguenti indicazioni. Cliente e commesso. Okay, I've done this as well. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. So it's like in A1 they would give you the entire dialogue. You would just have to, match the parts. Like this person says this thing, and then what would the other person say? Here they expect you to create the sentences, but they're telling you which order to put them in. So, saluta e cerca un paio di pantaloni. So you would say something like buonasera, buongiorno, something like that. Here I have it. There you go. I did the whole thing. So, buonasera, cerco un paio degli stivali. There was di pantaloni. I think I changed it because we were doing another exercise. So, un paio di pantaloni. Okay, buonasera signora, che numero? Have I done it here? No, okay. Alright, cliente. Commessa. So you're not confused. Oops. Cerca, saluta e chiede la taglia. Ok, buonasera, che numero? Che numero porta? You can ask that as well, I think. But you can just ask this as well, or you can ask this as well. Cliente, one is just cliente. I'm not gonna, I know that's one word. Come sta al momento? Le piace. Le piace for the client. Lei, use lei for the client. Le piace questi modelli. See, this isn't difficult. So, 1, 2, 3. Third one. Tell the size. I've done it all in order. So, now here we've got. Sì, ma sembrano troppo giovanili. E questi altri. Come le sembra? What does it seem like to you? Do you essentially asking, what do you think about this? See ma vorrei. And here, of course, this I should be different. Okay, great. I don't know why there's no images here. The dialogue is right here, so you can actually check from here, but you have to change everything. So, paio di pantaloni. Le piace questi modelli. Maybe she shows them some pantaloni. That's in plural, so questi modelli. Sembrano because modelli, plural, troppo giovanili. E questi altri modelli, come le sembra? Sì, ma vorrei i pantaloni rossi. Ok, bene. Le piacciono questi modelli? Sono bellissimi. Quanto costano? Quanto costano? Ok, that's where the stress is. 78. Boh, veramente sono un po' cari. Se non sono di come qualità, si vede. Mi possono cambiare? Se non, is it possible to change them? You use li instead of like loro. It says so right here. Let me show you. You've got some. Okay, lo posso cambiare because here in this dialogue you have pullover, which is masculine, so you have lo to refer to the pullover, and then of course the posso, possibile conjugated, so posso because it's singular. And so here we have pantaloni, that's plural, or you can refer to paio. Paio then of course would be just a singular word, or you can refer to pantaloni, whichever you like. So sono, here I've used the plural form li, and then li possono, again plural, cambiare, say if non mi sta bene, they don't look good on me. Certo, ma devo controllare lo scontrino. Well, that's right. So that's the entire dialogue. They're very simple dialogues, and it's great if you can, practice with someone, like just taking turns and reading them out, because that helps with memory as well. Although in our exam, we didn't have to write any dialogues for Italian. But I remember that when I was in A1 and A2, we had to write dialogues in our exams. Well, of course, we had dialogues in the oral exam as well, but we had to write dialogues, which was, I think, really useful. I liked that, because, liked as in it wasn't easy or something, but it's good. It's good for your skills. It's a good little table here. You have, they're called, I think, atoniche. I think tonice is when there's stress. Let me see what it says here. Oh, this is a huge file. Sto cercando, I'm looking for. Do you have a blue sweater? Ho bisogno di, I need something. Italia porta, like I said, you can use Italia, you can use Italia porta. Both mean the same thing. It's like asking what size, or what size do you wear? Same thing, both are correct. And for size, Italia, it's always la. But if you were talking about, let's say, shoes, you would use numero. And then you would use, il. Il, for example, il quarante. Instead of la quarante. La quarante is for, like, clothing you wear. So for clothing you use talia, but for shoes you use numero. Posso cambiare il maglione? Okay, that's, again, il maglione, and then that's supposed to be low because it's masculine. Again, I admit that my, the lo, le, li, these aren't perfect for me, so I definitely need to work on those. And it's a really cool thing. You can even just lo posso cambiare, posso cambiarlo. They mean the same thing. They mean the same thing. So it's really cool. You can have that at the beginning, or you can just add it. I think most people that I've seen online, when I see Italian comments on places like Reddit, etc., people type like this usually. O mangiarlo, for example. Oh, I already ate that thing. Posso cambiare la maleta. La posso cambiare. Posso cambiarla. So great. Yeah, this is like, once you get to it, once you do a few exercises, it gets simpler. Also, we were recommended this great website. I have it somewhere. I'll just share it with you. Plus, we have a great book, Grammatica. I think, what's it called? Grammatica essenziale, something like that. I think it's in the description. So, mi piace questa mela, che buona. La posso mangiare? Posso mangiare la? Okay, so la is, because I get confused with the la, le, li, lo, il, li, because there's so many articles that almost makes German articles seem to like make more sense, but they don't. It's all different. So we have, I mean, obviously here it's a little bit easier because you have the endings and you have the vowel thing, and it's a very musical language. Makes a lot of sense. It's not like, for example, that this pen is masculine in German. Like, there's no reason for it. It just is. The book is neutral. There's no reason for it. It just is. But it's not like that, thankfully. So that does reduce, some friction. So yeah. I do need to work on that, though. Lo posso mangiare. Okay, because it's masculine. It's like two ways of saying the same thing. Try, lo posso provare, posso provarlo, posso cambiare il pantalone per favore. Okay, so li is plural, masculine, I suppose. Let me see if, okay, yeah, le, feminile, plural, great. So you have lo is masculine, singular, and then we have li. I think li is for masculine, plural, great. So lo li, and then you have la for singular, feminine, and you have le for feminine, plural. I think that's pretty much it. It covers most things. Great. Tinta unita, singular color. Indumento, what's that? There's actually this really cool option. So if you're using Edge, you can actually, define indumento, for example. Okay, well, whatever. You can just search for it. Just right click and search, and it shows you indumento, clothing. There should be another button. Search, paying, copy, search. I mean, yeah, it just pops up this cute little box on the right side. So super helpful when I read anything like a book, for example. We have 5 stories in German this year. I'm gonna do all of them, but like we do have exams and stuff, so like I will probably not be displaying all answers until my exams are finished, because the thing is, if someone just copies your answer, and I'm not gonna say that, I'm not saying that someone's gonna do that, but I have a lot of like my batchmates who do watch these videos for like a few courses that I'm doing. So for the stories that we have in German, we need to come up with our own answers, right? And so, I mean, obviously, it's just like, you can memorize answers. So I just, I'm like kind of concerned about that, because I don't want like someone to just, there are definitely a few people that are kind of like not really participating. Most people are great. I love the group. They're full of cool people, but there are some people that just kind of don't do work really, and then yeah, so but I will be posting all the responses to all the questions from the short stories in German, maybe like in April, once my exams are done. And then we also have this story writing project. I will be creating videos for that, but I won't be publishing them until about mid-December, so just a month from now, because our deadline is 17th December and I haven't even started. Anyway, that's what happens when I start talking. That's why I keep them on mute, because I would have gotten so far ahead if I wasn't talking. But you let me know what you think, because ultimately, if you prefer this, then I'll just continue to do this. Okay, well, this is all pretty simple. Vestito da uomo, vestito da donna. Pantaloni, maleta, calze. What is calze? Okay, stocking. Gonna, skirt, pantaloncini, shorts, giacca, jacket, camicia, camicetta, cravatta, tie, cappello, cape, accessori. Io indosso, same thing. wear. Sempre. I always wear blue skirts, blue cotton skirts. Portare to mean the same thing. A me piacciono. I should make verb tables. I always make my own verb tables. Because, you know, you can just Google, for example, portare. Like, I can just, like, okay, yeah, I can just, like, copy this and save it to my phone or whatever. But, like, what's the point? I mean, if you type even, or if you write, you know, that's, like, even better. It's easier for you to commit it to memory, right? And plus, I can revise, like, using this document, right? That's what I do. So, yeah, I'm going to create a nice verb table. If you watched my French videos, you see I do the same thing there as well. So, io, tu, lei, lui. What else? I see, I already forgot. Noi, voi, loro. Okay, great. I have portare. Portare. Oh, that's too bright, but that's okay. So io porto, tu porti, lui porta, noi portiamo, portite, loro portono, I think. You should always try and guess, you know, these verb conjugations. Portano, portate, portate. Oh, I must have forgotten my rules. Because obviously I haven't studied since the exams. Portiamo, portiamo, porti, porto, porta. Great. Okay, what else? Indossare. Well, that's an RA, so indosso, indossi, indossa, indossiamo, indossate, indossano. I guess. Let me check. OIA, iamo a te anno. OIA, iamo a te anno. Perfect. Ignore the red lines. I still have to. So what you do is, if you're, you know, working on a Google Doc, just go and set the language, and then it'll be fine. Italiano. Great. There we go. Okay, great. So I've conjugated the two verbs that we've come across. Mi piacciono I pantaloni di lana a righe. So you got I think the fabric first, and then you have, you know, the design or color. There's an adjective order exercise somewhere in the big grammar book. It's like a 200-page grammar book, but it's like both A1, A2, probably even B1 or something. I haven't properly checked. Io vorrei is from A1, so desidero, piacciono. Vorrei un paio di scarpe anche di pelle. Mi piacciono. Okay. Abbigliamento is clothing. Indumenti, same thing. Vestiti, same thing. Scarpe basse. Okay, scarpe col tacco e spillo. Spillo is like a really thin heel. Atoni and tonici, great. So atoni is okay. A me, when the stress is a me. Tonici is when you say, okay, I hope I'm getting it right. When I looked online, there was a more complicated explanation. But the way our professor explained it is like so much simpler. Atoni should actually be, well, I don't know, let me just check. Because you can use it both ways. As you can see, we started on like 17th of November actually. Okay. Atoni should actually be a lack of. I don't know why it's. Okay, that's stressed or tonic. Okay. Tonici. I know it says stress, but I feel like tonic should be, you know, no stress, but I could be wrong. Just, you know, in English, usually when you have this, you know, a type of thing, tonici with tonic, exactly. Tonici without tonic. But then what is the tonic accent? Okay, I just have to check. Atoni is without, but that doesn't make sense. I'll have to ask him. Pronomi. Okay. King. Emphatic. Okay, with that's Tonichi. Exactly. So he's written the order is reversed. Because it's, a lui, a me, instead of like, a me piace I libri. You can even say me, mi piace. Oh, well, you can't say that actually, that's wrong. You should say, a me piacciono I libri, because libri plural. Or you can say mi piacciono i libri. Both are exactly the same thing. That depends on what you want to stress. A me, non a te. Or maybe like, non a someone else, for example. Okay, so that makes so I've got it correct then. Great. Atoni without, so that's like non-emphatic. Le ho dato la matita. Matita, that's a good word. Dire qualcosa a qualcuno. Che numero? Numero, scarpe. Taglia, vestiti. Okay, so I've done piacere. Should go to sembrare. Sembrare. So that should, it's an are, so sembro, sembri, and sembra, sembriamo, sembrate, sembrano. Let's see if I'm correct. Sembro. So OEA, iamo a te ano. Iamo a te ano. Perfect. Great. What else? Questo camicia mi sta bene. Looks good on me. I like it. Looks good. A me sta bene. You can use either type. Okay, either type is fine. Okay. Then what else? What else? Cercano. Okay, I've already done this. We've done this. Mi piacciono questi capi. Formate delle copie, parlate dei vostri gusti. A me piacciono, ma non mi piacciono. I've done this. I like this, but I don't like that. A me piacciono le gonne corte, ma non mi piacciono I pantaloni larghi. They're all plural things, so. E a te you ask your, classmate, friend, whatever. Dite a un'altra coppia che gusti avete. So someone else, so. A mia madre piacciono le scarpe di lana, ma non le piacciono I jeans stretti. Well, this is good. This is a good exercise. So because when you say it's about the same person, right? So first you say, well, in English it's just the same. She likes the scarves, but she doesn't like the jeans. It's just she. There's no difference. But here you have a lei for a woman, or like, for some, when you're talking about someone like formal, like a professor or something. A lei piacciono something, ma non le piacciono something. Or, piace, you can use piace as well. They've given you piacciono here because all these items are plural. You can, of course, just say, for example, a lei piace, well, again, that's plural. So, a lei piace la mela or something like that. You can use it the same way. I do need to work. I don't know if I should write, because it's like it's somewhat similar. We had mitici. You have those, like, what are they called? I kind of forgot. I have to revise that. Lui is li, lei is lei, noi is ci, voi would be vi. Loro, I think, is in fact li. You have this table here, so loro is, li. Voi is vi, noi is ci. Cute little table right here. There we go. Okay, so in negozio di calzature. What is a calza? Let me check. Stockings? Yeah, calza, okay. Scarpe sportive. Indica cosa compra il signore. Okay, so listen to the dialogue, ascolta il dialogo e indica cosa compra il signore, and indicate what the person, the man, bought. What? Seriously, the more I work on other languages, the weirder my English gets. Okay, that's number 3.
Traccia 3.
Perché non provi queste scarpe nere?
No, sono troppo eleganti. Lo sai, a me piacciono sportive.
E quei mocassini?
Sì, ma leggi il prezzo. Costano troppo. Non vorrei spendere tanto.
E che ne dici di quelli? C'è lo sconto del 30%.
Sì, il prezzo è ragionevole. E mi piacciono molto.
Allora dai, prova questi.
Sono un po' stretti.
Ok, allora prova il 42. Guarda, è lì sotto.
Sì, il 42 è perfetto. Belli, no?
Well, that was quick. But he does say he doesn't like the
Traccia
first one.
3.
Perché non provi queste scarpe nere?
Why don't you try these black shoes?
No, sono troppo eleganti.
No, they're too elegant. So he doesn't like them. So that can't be Scarpe Elegante, can't be the right one. So that's already cancelled. Now I really only have 2 choices.
Lo sai, a me piacciono sportive.
Me piacciono sportive scarpe. He likes sporty shoes, not elegant ones. So I think it could be scarpe sportive because they don't really talk about the mocassini, but let me just play that once more.
E quei mocassini?
Quei mocassini. Okay, they do. Okay, and these mocassini?
Sì, ma leggi il prezzo.
Yeah, but look at the price.
Costano troppo.
They cost way too much.
Non vorrei spendere tanto.
I don't want to spend a lot of money.
E che ne dici di quelli? C'è lo
Quelle dici di quelli. And how about these? Something like that. Not too sure what she just said.
Lo sai, a me piacciono sportive.
E quei mocassini?
Sì, ma leggi il prezzo. Costano troppo. Non vorrei spendere tanto.
E che ne dici di quelli?
Quelle dici di quelli. I'm not sure what they're saying, but can hear. Again, with listening exercises, you don't have to understand everything. It's enough to just get like the gist of things, because they will, of course, they're not going to give you something that's super easy, because that kind of defeats the purpose of listening. So let's just continue ahead.
C'è lo sconto del 30%.
30%. Okay, so there's a disconto.
Sì, il prezzo è ragionevole. E
Price is reasonable.
mi piacciono molto.
Allora dai, prova questi.
Just try these.
Sono un po' stretti.
They're a little bit too tight. Stretti.
Ok, allora prova il 42.
She gives him another size.
Guarda, è lì sotto.
Sì,
I think he goes for these. I'm just gonna mark this, because he didn't like the price of the mocassini. Or maybe he did. Maybe I missed something. Let me listen to that again.
C'è lo sconto del 30%.
Traccia 3.
Perché non provi queste scarpe nere?
no, sono troppo eleganti. Lo sai, a me piacciono sportive.
E quei mocassini?
Sì, ma leggi il prezzo. Costano troppo. Non vorrei spendere tanto.
E che ne dici di quelli? C'è lo sconto del 30%.
Sì, il prezzo è ragionevole.
What I do sometimes is in VLC you can reduce the speed so you can hear things more clearly.
Spendere tanto.
E che ne dici di quelli?
Che dice?
C'è lo sconto del 30%.
Sì, il prezzo è ragionevole. E mi piacciono molto.
Allora dai, prova questi.
I'm still not sure, but that's okay. We'll leave it for that. Giro per negozi. Okay, you have the entire dialogue right here. Okay. Che ne dici? What do you say about these? C'è lo sconto. There's a discount of 30%. The price is reasonable. Yep. So he actually goes for the mocassini. But a different pair, not the first pair. But that's okay, it's the same thing. So why won't they select? Okay, great. Ok, mocassini, leggi il prezzo. how about those mocassini? Okay, great, makes sense. Ok, allora provo. That's it. Belly. Prendo questo. Questo is close, quello is far away. Very simple. Per indicare un oggetto vicino alla persona che parla si usa vicino. Questo. Per indicare un oggetto lontano dalla persona che parla si usa quello. The ending will of course change depending on gender, stuff like that. So I think this is 2. Provi. I could be wrong. Leggi. I'm pretty sure it's provi, but let me just check. Provare. Imperativo. Prova. Okay. So the imperative is really weird because you would assume that it's provi because you say tu provi, but it's actually different. I made a lot of mistakes with this in class, so I'm guessing leggere is also different. Let me just check. You would say tu leggi. In this case, you probably say legge or something like that. Let me check. Leggia. Okay. Leggia. As I suspected. No, that's tu leggi. Okay, that's leggi. That's weird. Is it because leggere and okay, because of the a. Okay, there you go. So this is are, this is ere, and this is ire. So that's why the endings are different. So with are, you have a for two, and then you have e for two in case of ere, and ire is just the I. You just remove the I. Okay. Pubblicità completa i consigli con l'imperativo dei verbi. Okay, this is for quando vai in un negozio di scarpe. But they haven't told us if we're supposed to use the formal, but I'm just gonna assume it's the informal. So decidere. So that should be decidi. I'm guessing. Let me just check. Decidare. Decidere. Decidi. Decidi. Perfect. Ere. So chiudi. Camminare. Cammina. I think so. Yeah. Oh, great. Chiedere. Chiedi. Leggere. Leggi. Segui. So probably segui. Comprare is probably compra because are ones will have this. I'm pretty sure that's right. Let me see if I've written this somewhere because I probably have. I know I did this. Okay, this is different. This is different. Not here. Oh, anyway, that's probably correct. Okay. Che ne dice di lavorate in coppia, accordate i disegni e fate dei dialoghi secondo il modello? Okay. And here you have the table. Quel. Okay, why is it quel? This is plural masculine. This is the specific rule for ST, SB, etc. Quello feminine. Singular. Again, you have quello, but you have, okay. There is something that I'm forgetting. Why would it be quel, vestito? Let me just write down the rules. So quello scialle is masculine, singular, consonant. Then you have, never mind. Masculine, singular, vowel. Then singular, fem plural, qui. Mask plural. Wait, yep. And mask plural, special rule. Then what is this? masculine. I'm forgetting something. I think this is. I know what this is, but I'm just forgetting. I'm missing something. Gray. Greatly. Oh, what is this? Chalet. Could it be? Okay, that's. Oh, yeah, there you go, of course. Not consonant, but this is a special rule. Chalet, SPST, stuff like that. So this would actually be masculine singular consonant. I'm pretty sure, but I'll just like ask my professor. So you just make dialogues similar to these, copy paste them. You can teach it the something. No. A troppo something. Preferisco something. And okay, let me just see. This is giacca. Questa giacca. Giacca gialla. No, è troppo lunga. Well, actually è troppo lunga. Preferisco una giacca corta. So that's quite dice di quelle feminine plural. Oh, quelle scarpe. Scarpe? No. Yes. Oh, stivali. Stivali. Ok. Pantaloni. Ok, quelli pantaloni. No. Oh, sorry. That should be G. Why would it be that? I'm forgetting something. Quei pantaloni is for normal. Okay, here I have it. So masculine plural normal. If you have. Oh, we don't have quelli. Oh, right. There's no quelli. Why isn't there quelli? Okay, well, that's interesting. So this should be quei pantaloni. No. Pantaloni, sono troppo giovanile, troppo larghi, ok, troppo larghi, preferisco questi. Oh, that's for quell. Okay, do have questi, so why not use questi here? Questi, quei pantaloni. Oh, of course you can say that, or you can just say quei. There we go. Centri commerciali aperti anche la domenica. Alcune opinioni. Osserva la fotografia. Sei mai stato in un centro commerciale? Che ne pensi? Parlare con un compagno. Ora leggi il testo e cambia le tue opinioni con lo stesso compagno. Il punto di vista dei clienti. Sono favorevole all'apertura. Io per esempio torno a casa originale 80, 18, a volte anche il sabato potrò fare le spessore giustamente per perché il domenica deve essere un giorno certo, perché lavoro è difficile fare la spesa. nei centri commerciali è più facile trovare. It's easy to find parking in commercial centers. So far, I don't think anyone said anything about parking. But I read very, very quickly, so adesso che i centri commerciali sono aperti. Insomma, sì. Giorno senza lavoro. Ma è meno piacevole il giorno festivo. Oh. They don't actually say indica le informazioni presenti nel testo. Oh, okay, so it's not present in the text. They don't say anything about parking. Anna va nei centri commerciali anche perché ci sono tanti negozi. Anna, Paola, Anna va nei centri commerciali anche because so many shops. So Anna is the first one. Questione di comodità, tanta gente lavora e durante la settimana non è tempo per fare spese. Io torno a casa ogni giorno, a volte che sbatto per fare spese. She knows many people who pass their weekend in these commercial centers because there are a lot of commodi, I'm guessing, things. Okay, let me just check. E poi sono molti altri negozi. C'è il cinema e anche c'è. She knows people. She doesn't say I do this. So it's a bit confusing. Oh well, I shouldn't be actually choosing vero o falso, so I mean you're only supposed to mark things which are there in the text. So. Paola dice che la domenica la gente deve andare in chiesa. She doesn't say that. Oh, I must be missing something. She doesn't mention churches at all. Anna. Paola dice, ok. Paola non sono parole, certo, fa la spesa. Nope, she doesn't talk about churches at all. Secondo Paola, i centri sono luoghi senza identità. Paola is, yes, very, very, she says they're very anonymous. She says, è un luogo troppo anonimo. Antonella lavora 6 giorni la settimana. Antonella, 6 giorni. Adesso che noi come se stiamo a casa un giorno. Yep, she works 6 days. 6 giorni. Per Antonella il problema lavora quando piove. When it's raining, Antonella doesn't have a problem working. She doesn't actually say that. So it's not there. Alla figlia di Antonella non piace questa situazione. Yeah, she complains about it. Per mamma, le altre mamme la domenica ci sono sempre, tu mai. You're never there. The other moms are there. On Sunday, you're not there. The day she takes off is a normal working day. She doesn't take Sundays off. Antonella spera di cambiare presto lavoro. Thinks about changing her work. She doesn't actually say anything about that, so great. Opinioni. Fai delle frasi in base al modello. Pantaloni gonne. Secondo me i pantaloni sono più pratici delle gonne. Secondo me i pantaloni sono meno eleganti delle gonne. I think that's like enough for one day. I'm probably gonna do the rest of these later. And then there's a video course as well. It's really good to do that, so I am going to do that. Let me see how many pages I have left. So there's just like 8 pages. Yeah, I think I'll do that later because I'm kind of tired now. So maybe I'll do one more page. It's not too bad. Ok. Economico, pratico, caro, sportivo, commodo, comfortable, classico, giovanile. Giovanile is like, I think it's like trendy or just too young looking. And what is allegro? We find vivace is like really colorful, vibrant. Allegro. Very joyous, okay. Felice. Wait, what is a giubbotti? Giubbotti. You can actually even go here. Jackets. That's weird. Why would it be giubbotti? Oh. Okay. Short. And you see how if you look for a translator, it just tells you jackets. But here they tell you, well, it's a short jacket. It's a sporty jacket that's also short. So it gives you a much better idea. And that's why I like word reference. So, giacche. Secondo me. Okay, I'm just gonna copy the whole thing. So I have this here. So più, they are more obviously sportivo. Delle giacche. Secondo me la seta is a seta. Silk. Oh, that's much more elegant. E più. Elegante. Dei. Is dei? Della? Della, of course. Del cotone. Caro actually also works. I mean, many adjectives can work, so. Secondo me le scarpe sono più comodo. Degli stivali, naturalmente. Secondo me la pelliccia. Pelliccia. Oh, pelt, fur, ok. La pelliccia è più caro. Well, then what is that? Capoto. A fur coat, okay. A fur coat is obviously more expensive compared to a winter coat, so è più caro secondo me il nero è meno vivace del rosso. Secondo me jeans larghi sono più comodi. It's an adjective. Why would it change? Sono. Okay, let me just write. They are. Sometimes I just check. Is it comodi? Of course it changes. Okay, let me just check, because sometimes I forget. Più sportivo, più sportivi. Yeah, I forget about this. La seta, la elegante. Okay, le scarpe più comode. La pelliccia più caro. I think that remains the same. Let me just check though. It's an adjective, but how do you change it? How do you change it? Can you say cara? Of course you can. Cara. Yes. Più cara del cappotto. Or because it's a comparison, sono più pratici, eleganti. Of course you conjugate. Okay. Il nero è meno vivace. Vivace is the basic form, I think. So sono più comodi. Oh, well, actually, sono più belli. No, sono meno belli. Dei pantaloni di pelle. Okay. They look nicer. You could even say like, okay, lunghi, corte. Okay, secondo me, lunghi sono meno elegante. Oh, sorry, sono più elegante delle gonne corte. There we go. Great. And maybe, I mean, yeah, you could use other verbs, but whatever. You can like reverse the sentence. You can say, secondo me, le giacche sono. You could say, for example, sono meno sportivi dei giubbotti. You could, reverse it like that. It's great exercise, but I think I've gotten like the hang of it, so it's good enough. Come ti vesti? Un amico vuole regalarti un capo d'abbigliamento. Scrivili una mail per descrivergli come ti vesti, sia elegante, sportivo, classico, eccetera. Se c'è qualcosa che ti piace indossare spesso, quali colori, eccetera. This is like write a letter. We don't do the writing letters. I don't know why. Probably not important for the exam, but I should do it anyway, just for my own knowledge. It's good, but right now I don't really have the mental energy, so I'm gonna do that later. I'm just gonna mark this so I can come back to this tomorrow. So I have like 7.5 pages. Well, which I'll do maybe in the next lesson. Maybe in the upcoming days. Great, so that's it for today. If you have watched this, just leave some feedback, like a comment or something. Let me know what you think. I will admit it can get a bit exhausting to like talk, and it's not always feasible to have your microphone on. Sometimes you just want to work in peace. But if you prefer explaining things, then I'll do it. Because I don't really know what people want. So, well, that's all for today. Ciao.